I am Alfred Jackson, and I am the youngest of the 5 Jackson children. And on behalf of the Jackson family, I would like to thank you for coming today as we celebrate Alfred's very full life. He was a good father who lived a rich, long life filled with challenges, love, and adventures. My dad, Alfred L. Jackson, had many names while I was growing up. It seemed like everyone had a nickname of some sort. My siblings went by Usi, Broody, Lou, Diz, and I was Peach. My mother, Evelyn, mostly called my dad Peter, which was derived from Sweetie Pie, then Petey Pie, and then Peter. My mom also had some colorful nicknames for my dad, which I won't get into. My dad's friends called him Al, Alfie, or Alfred. Our friends called him Fred. The grandkids called him Opa, and we called him Pop. When my dad was a young boy, his nickname was Happy. My dad was a man of great character and conviction. He was an extremely hard worker, and he definitely believed in giving back to the community. He lived by the Boy Scout slogan of "Do a good turn daily." If someone was in need, he wanted to help them. He was always volunteering for something, from the Boy Scouts, the 4th of July Association, the ETHS Boosters Club, or the Evanston History Museum. He was the ultimate patriot, serving in the Army and the Reserves and becoming a colonel. He showed his patriotism many times during the year when he would put up a huge flag in front of our house. My dad was always there for us kids. He was supportive of our activities and would cheer us on at track meets, cross-country meets, and soccer games. He didn't know much about soccer. To my dad, if you kicked the ball, that was good. And I remember him yelling at me from the sideline, "Kick the ball, Peachy!" My parents were very social people. They would constantly be hosting some type of party, whether it was a New Year's party, alumni event, or our annual 4th of July party. This trait got passed down to all of us kids. We all enjoy organizing large parties or events. When our mom passed away in 2000, it was a big shock to everyone. She was the glue to the family. She kept us all informed on what everyone was doing, and now she was gone. Who was going to take over that role? One of the siblings? Probably not my dad. My mom had always initiated the phone calls, and my dad knew most of his calls would be long distance, and he thought that was very expensive. My dad was lost without his wife, Evelyn. He was still active in the Scouts and 4th of July Association, luckily, and that kept him busy. We noticed my dad's memory getting worse and worse over time. In 2003, Cheryl and I decided to move back to Evanston. There were, of course, many reasons for moving back, but the big ones were that we could be closer to my dad and Cheryl's parents. We were blessed by a number of events over the next few years that would keep my dad alive and bring our family closer together. My dad had a stroke in the fall of 2007, and with rehabilitation was able to walk again using a walker. My dad could no longer live by himself, and we moved him into Belmont Village, an assisted living facility in Glenview. His memory loss accelerated after the stroke, and he needed more and more help. We got to see a different side of my dad than we knew growing up. It was a softer and a happier side of my dad, perhaps because he was vulnerable and he needed help. They say as you grow older, you revert to the way you were as a child. Well, my dad was happy. He still loved to sing, dance, and laugh. His nickname of Happy was definitely true to his spirit as a boy. One time I remember asking my dad if he wanted to live till he was 200. He quickly responded with, "And of course." That was his nature. My dad truly believed to live life fully every day, and he did. On the morning of November 21st, as my father's time on earth was coming to an end, Cheryl and I held his hands and told him that we loved him and that his family loved him very much. We told him that it was okay for him to be with his wife and his parents. He then passed away peacefully. Pop, you were a mentor to many people and a friend to everyone. You were a good father, a great role model, and you will be missed by all. Thank you for instilling your passion into all of us, but most of all, thank you for your unconditional love that you always gave us. Thank you.
I don't think there's probably a person in this room who's